Okay, the 3 days have finished. Dragon Boat Festival 2019 is a wrap. It's been a really long set of 3 days, but I'm super excited that I completed it. And now we're moving on tomorrow to Monday, back to like a normal schedule. And remember, we're less than 4 weeks away now from the Chinese summer vacation. So now is the time to get busy as an online English teacher. So the next, July and August is super packed, and you can really take that opportunity to build up your teaching hours, build up some regular students, get some exposure and experience with new students, and do your best every single opportunity that you get when you get in front of the camera, because every single lesson counts. Every second, every minute does count. And one of the most amazing thing is that when you start to build up regular students, it still is the English lesson, but at the same time, it's kind of like you're catching up with your student. How was your day? What did you eat? Talking about the daily routine and things like that, showing some pictures, talking about perhaps, depending on the student and the student's age, what movies are coming out and things like that, and what are some things that you like to read, what are some books that you like to read. And that way you're connecting with them on so many different levels, where it keeps the lesson fun and dynamic. And there's some few things that I just want to quickly cover. And I put in the link to my description about the Kids Chinese book. So make sure that if you want to improve your Chinese listening, I'm adding that onto my descriptions now. And I used to listen to these Kids Chinese books all the time, audio books on YouTube. And they're super helpful. They're kind of fun. Some people might think it's repetitive and not so interesting, but I'm old school. I like the rhythm and the way it flows. And the next thing I'm going to say is another great resource. I'm going to add it also is Slow and Clear Chinese. So there's this native Chinese speaker. There's like the pinyin of it. There's also the Chinese of it and the English. So again, you don't have to be fluent. You don't even have to use Chinese in the lesson, but having it as a tool for a fun factor, for sometimes if you need an icebreaker, because sometimes when I've had a new student who's very young and the parent might be there, and if I've tried everything and I show them a picture of ice cream, they don't know how to respond. But if I say, 你喜欢吗? 你喜欢吗? That means, do you like? So it's like, you like, yes or no. And then they'll be a little surprised. They'll most likely sometimes take a second to understand, whoa, the teacher speaks Chinese. And then they can respond. The parent might mention it to them. So today I had just an amazing lesson with this one student, and the parent was right there and, at least 4 or 5 times laughing with the student and with me. And again, I have to admit, my wife's sister's baby, she's had here at the house, grandmother and grandfather taking care of her, my wife's mom and dad. And, she's going to be 2 years old in November. So I've been reading to her, listening in some songs with her, trying to get her to repeat some stuff and using clapping hands. And I have to admit, it's been like the most amazing practice, and seeing what super young babies are capable of once they get into a good rhythm and habit of things. There is no limit. There is no limit. And that's what's so important, is finding out at a younger age what children are really great at, so that way they can flourish in this world. And anyway, I'm just having a really wonderful day. And I also want you to remember that another great thing is an icebreaker. If things are getting a little quiet or feeling like they're going to be quiet, we could do with your new students, depending on the age, and regular students, is getting them to write back on the board. I forgot about this, and then yesterday and today I started using the whiteboard a little bit more, underlining things with different colors, like the sounds. And look, this is the truth. I did it when a parent was there, and they liked it a lot, and they were trying to help their child emphasize the CH, the ch sound. So I would say that from this video, when you're doing a new student or a new class, get creative on the board. I might even just post a thumbnail. What I had was, it was a really young student and his name was Eddie. So I drew a line down the whiteboard. I put his picture on one side and my picture on the other side. And then I wrote, I wrote down E first, and I was like, hey, this kid doesn't understand that. Let's go, slow it down a bit. Which is just like Chinese calligraphy. Just go down, down, and then I said over and over. I went slow until he did it step by step, and we followed together. He followed me together. And so writing name, learning how to use the whiteboard, find your own kind of fun factor on that, and be creative and be original. As I've mentioned, I think originality is the name of the game. It really is. You have to be authentic and be your true self, as I've mentioned in the previous video. So I also want you guys to know that you should really use chopsticks. Again, new teachers, experienced teachers, I'm up here just trying to share some things that really work great and can make the lesson interesting and help to get more bookings. Using the chopsticks in the lesson. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but I'm going to come back to it again because I love teaching. I love new students. It's fun. I'm passionate about this. So when I show them the chopsticks, their smiles, you can pull some questions from it. There's so many things that you can do, and always remember, do you have these kind of basic style questions? But here's the beauty of the whole thing. Yes, sometimes the grammar might be super simple present throughout the whole lesson, maybe even a few weeks. But give the student some time, and you will be surprised with time that student can catch on quite quickly, and you can start to ask more complex questions, and they will be able to respond. So, have a positive attitude. Don't give up on your students, and do the best that you can with what you have in the moment. So, website, CamdenLong.com coming. I want to start organic merch, like organic t-shirts, organic tank tops, organic sweatshirts and stuff like that with TEFL. I think teach, freedom, and flexibility, TEFL and travel, fun stuff like that. I want to have positive words with what our careers, with what we're doing in our career, and finding, keywords and fun phrases and things like that. And, I'm just really excited about life, and I want you all to be excited about your life too. And that's why I keep making these videos. And regardless if, tonight I don't have the top 9 signs you're going to be a successful online English teacher, or the top 5 money makers for the next Chinese holiday. That time will come again. But it's a Sunday, and I just finished 3 days of teaching more than 45 lessons. It might have been over 50. I haven't done the math yet. So I just want to share things with you all as much as I can every time that I have the opportunity to. Now, my dinner's right here. There's bacon and purple rice. It's waiting for me to dig into. Don't forget the chopsticks. Get yourself some chopsticks. Start listening to Chinese. I got links in my description to help out with that. Don't forget about writing the student's name and using the board more if things are not going the way you expected to, and also to keep things fun for regular students. And be creative, and show fun pictures. And the last thing was, oh my goodness. It's okay. I'll save it for another time. I'm not going to stress out about something that I can't come to right now at the moment, but I really want to tell you all it's okay. Anyway, this is Camden Long signing off for now. Thank you guys so much for everything. Guys and gals, I appreciate it. You are appreciated. You truly are. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Don't forget TEFL certification opportunities, Palfish application opportunities. So if you're interested, let me know. I'm doing everything I possibly can to keep guiding more and more people into the path of teaching online, how to improve, how to make that money, because the teaching hours, the interactions that you get with the students, it's not one is greater than the other. But for me, I love to be teaching always. But throughout my early 20s, my mid 20s, I was teaching, but I wasn't making the money, and now I'm doing the teaching and I have the freedom to be at my own home and I'm making money that I honestly, I imagine to make, $10,000 a month. Hey, you got to set your goals high. You have to set your goals high. The higher you set them, the more effort you're going to put into it. And you're letting the universe know that, hey, I'm ready for a big change in my life. And big change requires big action, massive action. You have to take on your mission and to fulfill your destiny in this world. So take care of yourself, stay happy, stay healthy, and right here in the mind, stay wealthy. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias por todo. Adios, amigos. Sawadee Kap. Have a great night, and I'm here to serve you. So you got to be on it. You got to let me know how I can guide you, how any way I can help you, answer any questions, and help you make you more successful as a teacher. So thank you so much. Adios.